What's up, designers? Welcome back to Archer Studio, your go-to car design channel in Spanish and now also in English. So without further ado, let's get started. I try to make the lines smooth at first so as not to mark the paper too much. Let's see. I'm going to place the position of the wheels, the vanishing point. More or less the distance I think is correct, 3 wheels in between, never forget that. Let me quickly tell you something about the pencil I use. The pencil I like the most is the Polychromos by Faber-Castell. This one in particular is the Cobalt Turquoise. I also use the pen like the Pentel, which is a black pen that writes finely. And well, I also tend to use Bic from time to time, and regular or printer paper. Special paper for markers. I usually use Letraset. Well, now what I'm doing is defining the front section. Wheel arches. Also, the hood section as it would be. I start to draw what would be the silhouette of the car, the second wheel arch. I also want to make a smooth section of the front, but very sporty. I want it to have a lot of depth, large air intakes. Well, what we're going to define now is the profile of the car. I want it to be very dynamic, with a beautiful silhouette. I also highlight some section lines and details to draw the three-dimensionality of the surfaces. I want the front line to also clearly run along the side view of the vehicle. And I want it to fade into an air intake, inside the air intake that I'm drawing. I want that area to have a lot of three-dimensionality, and for every element I carefully draw or design to be connected. I'm going to give more speed to the lower or baseline of the drawing to make it slightly more aerodynamic and to make the vehicle overall more grounded on the paper or on the ground. I want to define the section of the cabin. Would it be? I'm checking where the A-pillar would go in connection with the center of the front wheel precisely. I'm going to work a little more or define a bit the front, how the section of the lower bumper would be, how the air intake would be, how that whole section around the wheel arch and the front automobile wheel in the vehicle would be. Also carefully marking the tire area. I am going to draw some sections in the side view of the vehicle to provide information on how the three-dimensionality of this works. This is always useful when you have to give the drawing or provide instructions to the clay modeler or the digital modeler so that they know how the surface works and clearly understand the steps they need to follow. Regarding the side, I like it, it's simple, it's straightforward, but I was thinking of doing something reminiscent of the yin and yang symbol. I think it could work. And furthermore, it could in fact connect the main air intake with that air outlet that I am currently drawing on the side of the vehicle. I will define it more. The side view, for that I am going to take another pencil which is the same, just with a sharp tip. It's always good to have 1, 2 or 3 pencils of the same color, always well sharpened. So now, as you are seeing, to clearly mark the lines that interest us the most, which are usually the main themes of our designs. I did it to shade the lower area of the vehicle to give it a bit more three-dimensionality. I also emphasize a bit more the wheel arches and the tire area. I draw a bit also the interior, the steering wheel or the cockpit area. I also want to define a bit the windshield area, how it connects with the hood area, perhaps some details on the side. Okay, so I'm going to emphasize the area a bit more. This off. I'm going to mark the lines that interest me the most in the same, with the wheel arch area. I'm gonna give depth to the air intake area. Front. I'm going to shade to give it more three-dimensionality. To the blue. Of the wheel, like the rims. Well, I think the pencil's good. Now, and we're going to start marking a little with the marker. Give it a bit of volume, a little color. My favorite color that I always use for everything. It's usually the indigo blue from an ad marker by Sharpak. I think they are the best markers out there, although they smell a lot of the solvent they contain. But I think it's great. It's a very soft color which you can apply in several layers, and it looks phenomenal. There's no need to apply another color. The only thing I usually do sometimes is combine it with a basic gray, which is like a bluish gray tone, leaning even towards purple, which together with the indigo blue blend very well. They work very well together when mixed. I will show you an example in the future about representation techniques with markers. And these are the only colors I work with. Sometimes I add a color, but something striking for details. Maybe a green like this, a bit bright, or a yellow or an orange, but usually to add color. This marker. As you can clearly see, with each pass of the marker, it gains more intensity and depth, more darkness. And this significantly creates a three-dimensionality in the drawing. That's all for today. And if you liked the video, please click the button, like and subscribe, because it will really help a lot with the growth of the channel. This way we will beat the YouTube algorithm. Have a nice afternoon, and we'll see you in the next episode of Art 3 Studio.